Hi everyone, my name is Marianne Kane and I'm here to take you through a very quick cardiovascular interval workout. This is a bonus to other types of training, so I would encourage you to supplement this type of training in with other things like your resistance and maybe longer duration cardio. This is a bonus workout that you can, if you don't have time one day, there's 2 rounds of 5 exercises and it's high intensity. And then it's done in 10 minutes, but it's not a replacement for other types of training. You do want to have a balanced program. So the breakup of the intervals are 20 seconds of maximum effort, followed by 40 seconds of recovery. And during that 40 seconds of recovery, just keep walking around, shake things out a little, set up for the next station, prepare yourself mentally for what the exercise is next. In order to try and get the most of the workout, you will need an interval timer, which are very cheap. I mean, I think there's even free apps now for the phone. If not, you can use a stopwatch and just gauge it, but it is a lot more difficult to gauge the pace of the workout and to keep focused on it whenever you're trying to work with a stopwatch over an interval timer. The other thing you'll need is a light to moderate weight. That can be a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or in fact a sandbag. I'll be using a 12 kilo kettlebell, and it's a weight that I know I can safely raise overhead multiple times in this goblet hold position. I'll demonstrate the exercise later, but this is how you choose an appropriate weight. If you don't have a weight to use, then obviously I'll show you a body weight variation at the end. It'll be very simple, but the whole point is that the technical level of these exercises aren't very high, so that means that you can just go in and do fast pace and get the cardiovascular benefit from it. Finally, you'll need a step. My step is about 16 or 17 inches high, or you can use a low bench approximately the same height. If you don't have such a thing, then I will offer an alternative at the end, but I do think that you can get a little more benefit from it if you do have the piece of equipment, and to be honest, it makes it more fun. But anyway, make sure you're well warmed up, and I'm just going to run through the exercises very quickly, just so you know the safe form, and then you put them in that order, and then you run through the workout as planned. Okay, so the first exercise is the only one you're using a weight, and that's because it's actually a combination between a squat and an overhead press, and it's called the goblet thruster. And it's good because you're using 2 hands at all time to hold the weight, making it more stable for a faster paced exercise such as this. In your squat position, so your feet are hip width apart, reach down and pick up your weight. The kettlebell here, I'm holding it by the horns. You want to keep it up at chest level, elbows stuck to your sides, and then from here, keeping your chest and head up, looking forward. You're going to sit down into your squat position as low as you can. Some people might be here, some people might be lower, keeping everything up. Then power up with your legs, hips forward, and then press up, keeping your core tight so you're not overarching your back. And then go down, and then squat again, power up, and down, down, and power up, and down. So, this is why I want you to use a lightweight, because then you can go faster. If you don't have a weight, then an alternative is simply ensuring, of course, that you're well warmed up. You can do the dynamic squat. Feet are starting close together, and then you're jumping wide, reaching down as far as you can. Again, keeping the head and chest up, looking forward, and then you're wanting to aim for the ground or as deep as what's comfortable for you. And then you're continuing that throughout the whole 20-second interval as fast as you can. So, in and out. When you're jumping up again, wanting the hips to come forward, squeezing the glutes. Squeeze as many muscles as you can during these exercises, because that's going to burn more calories. So the second exercise is the mountain climber. This is a very straightforward exercise, but it's deceptively challenging. In fact, I absolutely hate them. In your push-up position or plank position, shoulders over your hands, keeping your core tight. So hips in the air is a no-no, hips sinking down is a no-no, and you don't want to be far away from your So ensure you're over your hands, your arms are locked out, and then get ready as if you're going to start running. Keep your shoulder blades back and down, head looking down at the floor, and then simply swap sides. As one leg comes up, the other goes down. And then speed it up. And remember to keep breathing throughout. Short, shallow breaths. And as you're progressing through the interval, just try and ensure that your shoulders stay over your hands at all times, because the tendency is to creep back like this and then you lose some stability in the shoulders and the core. There's no point in making it any more challenging than it has to be. Okay, so the next exercise is what I call the side-to-side step over, and this is obviously where your step comes in. Standing beside it, place one leg up and have the feet and the knee facing forward, so you're not having any twisting going on. And literally all you're going to do is step over and change feet at the top, like so. But as you get used to the exercise, use the arms for a little more athletic appearance, and then just gradually increase the pace. And you can reach down, touch the bench, giving a little rotation through the torso. And again, that's going to get your heart rate through the roof, and then obviously walk it out after the interval goes. An alternative to this is simply lunge jumps. And you're starting off reverse lunge, and from here, keeping the torso and chest upright looking forward, you're going to simply jump up and swap sides. And depending again on your level, the more of a bend you have in your leg, the more challenging it's going to be, because you're recruiting more muscles through a greater range of movement. So if you don't have the strength and the power to be able to, spring up again, then simply just do a more shallow lunge, almost like a scissor jump. Exercise number 4 is the plank climber. And basically you're going from an elbow plank into a hand supported plank. Starting in your standard front plank position. Depending on how stable you are, if you need a wider base, then place the feet slightly wider. If you're more proficient, feet narrow. Keeping your core engaged, glutes tight, head and neck on line. Press up, hand underneath the shoulder, and then press down again. Try to control at all times the speed at which you're lowering. Alternate the hands on which you press up with. So if you're pressing up with your right hand, the next time press up with your left. It takes a little time just to get your head around it, but even if you're pressing up with your right hand the first round, then you can use the second round to press up only with your left. It's entirely up to you, just as long as you're getting the right balance, because you are working your shoulders, chest and triceps along with your core. The faster pace you go, the more you have to ensure your core is engaged and your hips don't rock from side to side. So something like this is incorrect, as is this. No butts in the air, no sinking hips, keep everything strong. Press up. Like so. So the final exercise is the burpee. You're not going to do a push-up in this burpee. It's simply going to be jumping down into a plank position and then back up again. And because there's no push-up, it means you have more time to do more repetitions. And simply feet hip width apart, facing forward again, reach down to the floor, hands flat on the floor, and jump back, keeping the core really tight so you don't accidentally sink down during that jump. As soon as you jump out, jump back in again, and then jump up. You reach up with the hands, make it more challenging, or you can simply stand up. As you fatigue, and take the jump out basically, but keep moving throughout your 20 seconds interval, and then Once that's done, you have 40 seconds to recover, walk it out and prepare yourself again for the next exercise. Okay everyone, so before you get on with the workout, after practicing the moves there, I just want to recap to just highlight there's 2 rounds of these 5 exercises in that order. 20 seconds of maximum effort for you, followed by 40 seconds of rest. You're wanting the intensity level to be at 9 or 10 out of 10 throughout the whole period that you're working. As you repeat this workout, you are going to come to a point where it doesn't seem as intense. So the intensity levels may be dropping to maybe 7 out of 10. You need to be honest with yourself and maybe ask yourself, am I putting maximum effort in? If you are and it's still not intense enough, then you want to start playing with the times that you're using. So begin to increase the effort period, maybe to 30 seconds, keeping the 40-second rest. Or else you can do the opposite, you can decrease the rest period, so down to 30 seconds, keeping your 20 seconds effort. And you can also do both. So just play around with that to keep the intensity level at 9 or 10 out of 10, because it is only for a very short space of time and you're wanting to get the maximum out of it. So there's no cheating. So basically that's it. Hope you enjoy the workout and happy training.